You've had the surgery. What does it feel like to miss your penis?
I 100% feel like I was part of some cruel medical and social experiment. I wish somebody hugged me a few years back and be like, you know what, you can present feminine, you can wear heels, hair, whatever you want, but the sad reality, we don't have technology to make you an actual woman. But they kind of like didn't protect me from myself.
In the name of false compassion, these people actually supported this person into their own self-destruction. And this person made an irreversible decision to chop off his manhood and now regrets it. But this is the stuff they're not going to show you on TV. They're not going to show you this on mainstream media. That many of these people who actually go through these irreversible changes, this irreversible transitions, are actually regretting it. And it's leaving them worse off than they were before. Who voted these politicians in that are signing these laws, that are empowering these doctors? Who voted these people in? And when are these people going to be held accountable for this wickedness? When? I can only imagine the suicidal rates of these people, the people who actually made these transitions, because they have to take pills, they have to, all the things they have to do to maintain the transition that is leaving them worse off than they were before they actually made the transition. The people who made these irreversible changes, chopping off their manhood. I can only imagine the suicidal rates, because man, it is sad, man, to have to live with that. This is a heavy burden to have to live with, man. I mean, yes, I mean, if you can find peace even within this, oh man, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's not easy. It's a heavy burden to carry through life. It's a very, very heavy burden to carry. And I can only imagine the suicidal rates, of these people, man. Sad, man. Sad.
This is a letter to young transitioners. If you are about to transition, especially if you are underage, please listen to this. First of all, you cannot change your sex. Take it from someone who has tried. You cannot. There is no such thing as trans periods. Trans women do not experience any of those symptoms. You won't grow a dick when you start T. You won't grow mammary glands or ovaries or a uterus on estrogen. You will have to be on hormone replacement therapy for the rest of your life, no matter how this goes, whether you remain transitioned or not, to stay on your path. The side effects are severe. I feel like only detransitioners really talk about the harmful and irreversible effects of cross-sex hormones, but the side effects affect trans people who don't detransition as well. There are irreversible mental, physical, and emotional changes, most of which are permanent, and more severe the younger treatments are started and the longer you undergo them. Some of these side effects include being permanently misshapen by muscle and fat redistribution, which causes disproportionate features. This literally means being the wrong shape forever, and being disproportionate causes clumsiness and even chronic pain, and because your original frame might not be able to support the new distribution of muscle and fat. There is no treatment for this. Another severe side effect is infertility. I didn't care about this until it was too late. I was swindled by the idea that it didn't matter or that I could freeze my eggs, a mere $150,000, and now I might not be able to have my own children, severely limiting my dating pool and my future altogether. On top of losing your fertility, your sex drive will change with hormones, and that's not even mentioning surgery. It might become crazy or it might go away completely, but it will be unstable. Sex will be different forever as well. If you are FTM, it will hurt badly. You won't be able to self-lubricate, your enlarged clit will be too sensitive and painful to touch, and eventually atrophy won't allow for penetration. You will never get off of the conveyor belt. It will keep going, and more of you will be mutilated and chopped off and incinerated until the old you is gone, and you still have to deal with all your original problems and traumas. This is just in a different body that isn't functional anymore. Transition is not a cure for puberty. It's not a cure for feeling bad about yourself. No child is born in the wrong body. Permanently medically altering your body won't bring you peace or euphoria.
The LGBT community for 16 years. I was planning to have breast removal surgery. I had been taking testosterone for 2 years. And after I started transitioning, I'm still depressed, I'm still suicidal, I'm still struggling. I started looking for answers. This is not what I thought it was going to be. I need something because something in my soul is missing. I was working out at the gym. This girl, she asked me to go to church with her. No, God doesn't want somebody like me in the church. I don't belong there. Ended up going, and I encountered God for the first time ever. All of a sudden, God speaks to me and gives me a vision. There was a man and a woman on one side, and then on the other side, there was a man and a woman and a woman. The man and the woman had babies. It was like glowing really bright, and it was like generations went down the line. And then on the other side, with the man and the woman, there was a red line under their feet, and it was black, because you can't recreate life that way. God speaks to me and he says, I made man and woman so you could recreate and share the good news of my son, Jesus Christ. But the devil is wiping out entire family bloodlines, and generations of people that I intended to be born will not exist for my glory. Wow, I've been really selfish my whole life. Everything in my life was based on my feelings. I was wrong. The next day, I went to church and I got set free of the demonic spirit of Jezebel. And I didn't know anything about demons. I didn't know there was a spirit behind homosexuality. I didn't know there was demons behind false identities, but there was. And I know now that James Harley, which was the name that I went by, was a false identity. That was never who I was. But the devil stole my identity from a very young age, and that's why I believed I was born that way. God loved me the entire time.
I mean, what more can I say? She found the Lord, and she turned her life around, and I really wish that her testimony, I really hope that a whole lot of more people who are having this gender identity confusion can actually watch the video and see that there's peace in Jesus Christ, and they don't have to live a life of misery, because really a lot of this transitioning stuff that these people are doing only leads to a life of misery. And I really hope that this testimony actually goes viral and more people know about this, and it really helps people, before they actually make that life changing or that life destructive decision.